Hey, hi, hello, what is up, everyone? We're back at it with another recipe. We are actually. You know, I wanted to do more garden recipes, but my garden is a mess right now. That's a whole story. Anyway, so let's just back it up. My name is Linnea, and this is a space where we are trying to become semi-self-sufficient, where we garden, we do sourdough, we do fun recipes, all while living in the suburbs. So if that is something you're interested in, consider subscribing. If not, well, thanks for being here anyway. And if you're not new here, welcome back. Missed you. So today, recipe, peach cobbler cookies. One of my very best friends sent me this recipe maybe 2 weeks ago, and she has a fun habit of sending me recipes and then saying, make me this, ? And I decided, you know what, I'm actually gonna make you this, maybe. I mean, I'm making it, it's cooking. It's back there. Oh yeah, it's just right there, she's cooking. But I don't know if I'll give her any. I should. Maybe I'll stop by her house tonight and deliver some cookies, because I know they're on their way back from Portland. So maybe I'll just set a little batch of cookies on her counter for her to come home to, because that's nice, right? Anyways, we are making peach cobbler cookies. It is more of a complicated recipe. There's a lot of ingredients, and I won't lie, I'm not really looking forward to it. But I've already started it, so we're deep into it. We're deep. So if you guys want to follow along, great. If not, well, thanks for being here for this long. So let's go see if these cookies turn out. It's probably a mystery. All right, let's go make these cookies. All right, in here, I've got 4 medium peaches cut up. I admit they're not even good peaches. I've had them for 4 or 5 days now, and they're just, most of them are mushy. But you know what? This is what I have to work with. So I'm gonna add to those. To this, I'm gonna add a 1/4 cup of white sugar, a 1/4 cup of brown sugar, packed, plus a tad extra because that's what it said. So there's the tad. I'm gonna add about a teaspoon of cinnamon, about a 1/4 teaspoon of nutmeg, and about a teaspoon of lemon juice. And now I'm gonna turn this to medium, and we're gonna cook it for about 5 minutes. All right, these have been cooking for like 5 to 6 minutes. And now in this bowl here, I have 2 teaspoons of water, 2 teaspoons of cornstarch, and I'm going, hear that bird? Just pour that in. And we're gonna let it cook with the peaches for about a minute. And then we'll take it off the heat. All right. Now I'm gonna just stir in like a teaspoon of vanilla. That was probably more than a teaspoon. Stir it in. I'm gonna let it cool in this pan, and then I'm gonna transfer it to a glass bowl and then let it finish cooling in the fridge, so it's completely cooled when I actually put this into the cookies. And then I'll be back in a little while to make the actual cookie dough, which seems complicated, but it really shouldn't be that hard because, I mean, it's cookies. So anyway, I'll let this cool and we'll be back. All right, in this bowl, I have 1 cup of room temperature salted butter. I'm gonna add a cup of white sugar, and then I'm gonna add a 1/2 cup of brown sugar. All right, now I'm gonna cream all this together for about 1 minute. There we go. I'm gonna add 2 eggs. add a teaspoon of vanilla. That was way. That's fine. And I'm gonna mix it all together. I'm gonna mix in 3 cups of flour. All right, I have a teaspoon of baking powder and a teaspoon of baking soda, 1.5 teaspoons of cinnamon, and then a 1/2 teaspoon of nutmeg. All right, now I'm gonna mix all this together and probably get it everywhere because this bowl is too small. Story of my life. All right, this is what it looks like after I got it all mixed up. I'm gonna set it in the fridge for 30 minutes. The recipe says that it's actually very important to cool your dough before you even roll it into balls. So 30 minutes in the fridge and then we'll be back. All right, I took this out of the fridge and it says to use a large cookie scoop. This is as large as I have, and it says to make 55-gram balls. So I am actually measuring out the balls, and they're not exact at all. Calvin, they're not exact at all. Sorry, my dog got a hold of a koozie. Y'all want to see? And he set it on my feet, so. Anyway, it says to roll them into balls like this and put them in a glass container and then put it back in the fridge. I don't have the room in my fridge for another container. So I'm putting them in this pretty large Ziploc bag, and then I'll set it in the fridge for 3 hours. This is a recipe, y'all, let me tell you. This whole chill in the dough situation, it's not for people who are not patient. So I'm gonna stand here, weigh out the dough, because apparently that's who I am now, roll it into balls, and put it in this bag, and then we'll put it in the fridge for another 3 hours. And then we'll be back to maybe do something with the dough. All right, now we're gonna make the streusel to go on these cookies. I have my oven preheated to 350 degrees. In here I have a 1/4 cup of melted salted butter, and I'm gonna add a 1/4 cup of brown sugar. I'm gonna add a 1.5 tablespoons of white sugar. I'm gonna add a 1/2 cup plus a tablespoon of flour. And then I'm gonna add about a teaspoon of cinnamon. Now, put all this on here, and I'm going to break it up. And I'm going to bake this for about 12 minutes. And this is going to be the streusel topping. I'm going to tell you all, these cookies are not for the faint of heart. If you're looking for an easy cookie recipe, I'm already going to say this is not the recipe. But you know what? My bestie is getting home from Portland tonight. I am going to surprise her with the cookies she asked me to make. So that's love. That's love, right? And I love her. So that's my plan. Food is love. All right. I have the cookies here. They've been in the fridge for probably 3 hours. I don't know at this point. I'm losing my patience a little bit. Anyway, in this bowl, I just put some sugar in it, some white sugar and some cinnamon. There were no exact measurements on the recipe, so that's what we're going with. I'm gonna take the cookies, roll them in here, and then put them on a baking sheet. And I have the oven set to 350. It says to do only 6 cookies at a time. I'm gonna be a rebel. I'm not gonna do 6 cookies at a time. I'm gonna do 8 because I don't have all day, and the day's almost over at this point. But you know, it's fine. All right, I'm gonna bake these for 11 minutes. It says you basically want them underdone. And it gives you, I think it's like 11 to 13 minutes, so I don't know, maybe I'll do 12. But it says you don't want the cookies to be like cooked. You want them to look a little bit underdone. So we're gonna go 12 minutes at 350. Okay, I just took these out like a minute ago. The lighting is really messing with these. They look way better like in person than on the camera, but the light in here is just really whatever. Anyway, while these are still soft, it says to make an indentation in these with the back of a tablespoon. So that's what we're doing. And then I'm gonna kind of let them cool on here, and then we'll move them to a wire rack. Hi guys. Bye guys. Spoiler, Jonathan ate one of these last night.
So did you?
I took a bite. A bite. Although I don't know how it'll be like with the filling cold.
Definitely different. It's like cold versus hot.
Like warm, not cold. It was never hot on the cookies, but... Sure. Is it worse? Probably.
The flavor isn't as like vibrant.
Yeah, that's like, I think the one downfall of this recipe is it makes, I don't know how many cookies. There was probably
you can heat them
16
out.
cookies.
You put it in a little cup and heat it out.
The cookie or the...
No, just the sauce.
Yeah, I could. That's the downfall. I mean, I didn't fill all of them either. I just like separated all the ingredients, and then we put it together when you want a cookie. This is the most complicated cookie I think I've ever.
It'd be good for like a party.
Yeah, I think it would be good for a party.
Like like a fall holiday party or something.
Yeah, maybe Labor Day, because that's kind of holiday-ish, and peaches are kind of summery, but it.
What the orange makes you think of like October?
There's no orange. You mean just the color orange?
Mm-hmm. Oh. That's not orange?
Yeah, but I thought you meant orange flavor.
No. Orange color.
Yeah. Would I make this cookie again? I don't know. The cookie itself, like the actual cookie, not the filling, the actual...
You definitely reuse it for like a bunch of different recipes,
the actual cookie dough, the cookie, is fantastic. But it was difficult. It wasn't difficult. It was just really time consuming. So I guess
the whole thing or the cookie?
Both.
Oh.
I mean,
for a sugar cookie, you think...
the sugar cookie dough, you had to make it, and then you had to chill it for 30 minutes, and then you had to roll it into balls, and then you had to put it back in the fridge for 2 hours or 3 hours.
I mean, it does.
And then you take it out, and then you roll it in cinnamon sugar, and then you bake it. So, like, and then, I mean, for the little topping stuff, I had to make that. Like the crumble I had to make, and then the filling I had to make. Yeah, see that?
That doesn't seem fun.
So, like, on a scale of 1 to 10, would
definitely 11.
Like, deliciousness?
Well, no, like complexity.
Oh, yeah. Would I make them again just based on, like, the complexity? Probably
I'm just not sure if... I mean, the sugar cookie definitely tastes amazing, but I don't know, like...
The filling part?
Well, no, I'm not sure, like, if you made an easier sugar cookie and you put them in front of me, would it taste different? I don't know.
You know what the cookie kind of tastes like is snickerdoodle. Mm-hmm. It tastes a lot, even though there's no, like, I think snickerdoodle has cream of tartar in it.
Mm. Yeah, I think you could fill it with, like, not whipped cream, like cream cheese.
I think, like, a cheesecake filling.
Yeah, like a cheesecake
and then
filling,
put, like, some
chocolate.
strawberries or cherries on the top. I think it would be really good.
Now, served cold would be better than, like, this.
But I will say...
Really
this does taste like a peach cobbler. So
does.
if you like peach cobbler, and
but if you like,
if you like peach cobbler, you should probably just make a peach cobbler because it's less complicated.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, the thing is though, there's nothing wrong with the recipe. Like, it's good. It's just, do you want to stand for almost a whole day of making cookies?
For cookies.
For cookies, you know. Anyway. That's the video. I don't know what the next one's gonna be, but I'll figure it out. Well, yeah, it is good. It's not bad. So if you're looking for a challenge, this is a good one. So that's that. It's not gross. I'll give it that. Anyway, Jonathan will probably see you in the next video. Okay.